Matt DeVries here for ESPN 100.9 FM, and we're getting you ready for the second week of high school football here in the state of Michigan. We're out at Saginaw Heritage High School as the Hawks get ready to host Flint Powers Catholic in our first Saginaw Valley League game of the week here on ESPN 100.9 FM. The Hawks got the season started on the right foot with a 24-6 win against Arthur Hill, while Flint Powers Catholic came out on the losing end to Flushing 31-28. Now, we had a chance to catch up with Heritage coach Don Maloney before this week's matchup. Coach, you had a really solid win last week against Arthur Hill to start off the season. What did you see from your team that you liked in that game?
Well, the thing is that I think Arthur Hill is a pretty good team. They're young right now, and they are very big, very athletic, and our team rose up to the occasion to play with them size-wise, even though we're a little bit smaller than them, and we hustled and Brian made some big plays for us, but the team as a whole really stepped up. We had some individuals who went down with injuries, and we had backup step-ups. It was a total team win, even though Brian did such a great job scoring and getting the ball in the end zone for us.
Yeah, Brian had 3 touchdowns last week, and we talked to you before the season started, and we kind of wanted to gauge how you were going to get Brian involved in the offense. And Brian's getting a lot of attention because he's one of the bigger recruits in the state. He's committed to the University of Michigan. What have you seen from your offense as a whole that you've really liked to see, including maybe Brian getting involved a little bit in the offense?
Well, it's a process. The entire season is a process, and we're evolving every week, and we're trying to come up with different ways to get Brian the ball. But not just Brian. Jalen Young does a great job for us. He's an explosive player. Josh Forrester, our quarterback, likewise does a great job for us. He made a great throw to Brian in the end zone for our third score against Arthur Hill. And so we have other individuals who are stepping up. Marcos Castro at tailback. But it's an emphasis to get Jalen and Brian the ball, and to tweak our offense from week to week to get the other guys involved as well. So it's an evolving process.
Now, it's been a few years since Heritage has made the playoffs, and now coming into the Saginaw Valley League season this year, what have you tried to emphasize with your team coming into each week that you're trying to make that playoffs for the first time in a couple years?
We just don't want to have any excuses. We've been telling the kids no excuses, only solutions, and that's the idea that we're going into with this season and from week to week, and we're going to focus week to week. We're never going to look ahead, and that's our focus because we're going to have to scratch out 6 wins to get in the playoffs because it's a tough league.
And you've got your game coming up this weekend against Flint Powers Catholic. What have you seen from them on film coming into this week with your team's prep that you're going to be trying to prepare better this week?
They're not as big as Arthur Hill was, but they play fast, they play hard, they're well coached by Coach Buckle. They have some nice things that they do with their athletes, getting them in space with their spread package, and they still run a little power football as well. So, that adds a different dimension for us where we got to get ready for a double tight set that we haven't had to go against very much, and it definitely poses some problems for us what we're doing defensively. But, we got the game plan in, and we think that we can play with them, and we know if we can get a win against a state power like that, I don't care what division they are, they're very good, that's a quality win for us.
And you also have 2 tough road games coming up after that at Dow and at Lapeer. Is it just taking it 1 week at a time right now to make sure that your guys aren't looking too far ahead?
Absolutely. We can't look ahead. We're not good enough to look ahead, and that's the plain and simple truth. We have to focus on this week, and we'll worry about after that.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time.
All right, thank you.